The golden calf. Yahweh summoned Moses again, saying, "Come to me on the mountain. I will give you stone tablets on which I have inscribed all these commandments, rules, and ordinances, so that you may use them to guide the people." Moses prepared to ascend the mountain again. Joshua went with him part of the way. Aaron and Hur remained behind to govern the people while Moses was gone. The top of Mount Sinai glowed with fire. A cloud enveloped its summit. The voice of Yahweh called to Moses. Moses told Joshua to wait for him. Then he disappeared into the cloud. During the next 40 days, Yahweh instructed Moses in many things. He told him how to build the tabernacle, a tent sanctuary where Yahweh was to be worshipped. Aaron and his descendants were to be its priests. Yahweh described to Moses the garments or clothing that Aaron the high priest was to wear. He showed him the different kinds of sacrifices that Aaron was to offer on behalf of the people. Through these sacrifices, the Israelites could give thanks to Yahweh and obtain forgiveness for their sins. Yahweh taught all these things to Moses, writing them down with his own finger on 2 tablets of stone. Meanwhile, the Israelites grew restless. Their leader, Moses, had disappeared into a cloud at the top of a fiery mountain. As the days passed, they began to wonder if he would ever return. What would happen to them without the leader who had brought them out of Egypt? How could they face the dangers of the desert without Moses to guide them? Fear overcame their faith. The Israelites came to Aaron and Hur, demanding that they make another god for them, for Moses was gone, and no one knew if he would ever return. Hur rebuked them with angry words. "How can you be so ungrateful? You have seen Yahweh's glory with your own eyes, and yet you still want to worship idols." The angry Israelites pelted Hur with stones and killed him. Aaron realized that if he spoke harshly, the people would stone him too. Aaron was not afraid to die, but he did not wish to compound the people's sin by adding his blood to hers. Instead, he bartered for time, hoping that Moses might return before the idol was finished. "Bring me the golden earrings from the ears of your sons, wives, and daughters," Aaron said. He knew that the faith of the women of Israel was stronger than that of the men. They would never give their precious earrings or those of their children to be made into an idol. This is indeed what happened. However, after their wives refused, the men brought their own earrings to Aaron. Aaron had no more excuses. He prayed to Yahweh, "Lord, I am forced to fashion this idol against my will. The children of Israel are frightened because Moses is no longer with them. They will soon repent of what they are doing. Do not hold this sin against them." Aaron molded the golden earrings into the shape of a calf. The people bowed down to it, crying out, "This is your God, O Israel, who brought you from the land of Egypt." They brought sacrifices to the golden calf, ate and drank, and lost themselves in revelry. Yahweh looked down from Mount Sinai and saw what was happening in the camp. He said to Moses, "The people you have brought out of Egypt have reverted to wickedness. They have turned from the path I showed them. They have made themselves an idol, a golden calf. They bow down to it, offer sacrifices to it. I hear them crying, 'This is your God, O Israel, who brought you out of Egypt.' These people are stubborn, worse than foolish. Do not stand in my way. Let my anger rise up against them and destroy them. You, Moses, are my faithful servant. I will make a great nation out of you." Moses pleaded with Yahweh to have mercy on the children of Israel. "Do not allow your anger to destroy your people. If you do, the Egyptians will say, 'It was not God, but an evil spirit who led our former slaves into the desert and destroyed them.' Remember your promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You swore to make their descendants as numerous as the stars in the heavens and give them the fruitful land of Canaan to be their home forever. Do not forget your promise." Moses' words quenched Yahweh's anger. Moses took the 2 stone tablets that Yahweh had given him and came down from the mountain. Along the way, he encountered Joshua, still waiting where Moses had left him. "Come quickly, we must return. An enemy is attacking," Joshua said. "I hear sounds of battle coming from the camp." Joshua was mistaken. The cries and screams he heard were not the sounds of battle, but the noise of wild carousing as the Israelites worshipped the golden calf. Moses and Joshua came down from the mountain. When Moses saw the golden calf and the Israelites dancing around it, his anger flared. He hurled down the 2 stone tablets. They shattered to pieces at the mountain's foot. Moses entered the camp, his eyes blazing with anger. No one dared stand in his way as he overturned the golden statue and threw it into the fire. After melting it down, he ground the shapeless lump into powder. He sprinkled it over a basin of water, which he forced the Israelites to drink. Moses confronted Aaron. "Why did you allow our people to commit this terrible sin?" Aaron begged forgiveness. He explained how frightened the people had been, how they murdered Hur, and how he had stalled for time. Moses accepted Aaron's explanation. However, Yahweh would not forgive the children of Israel unless the guilty were punished. Moses stood before the camp and declared in a loud voice, "Whoever is on Yahweh's side, come to me." The whole tribe of Levi joined him. Moses ordered them to take their swords and kill all the idol worshippers among Israel. The 3,000 men who urged Aaron to make the golden calf and those who sacrificed to it were put to death. The next day Moses said to the people, "I will go before Yahweh again and beg him to forgive you." Moses climbed back up the mountain. He said to Yahweh, "I know my people have committed a great sin. Will you not forgive them? If not, take whatever merit I have earned and give it to the people of Israel. If that is insufficient, kill me too and erase my name from memory. Let me be not remembered as a prophet who led his people to destruction." Yahweh forgave the Israelites for Moses' sake. He said to Moses, "Go back down the mountain. Lead my people as before." Before Moses returned, Yahweh gave him a second set of stone tablets. When Moses came down from the mountain, his face glowed. Beams of glory extended from his forehead like horns. Aaron and the elders thought he was an angel at first. Only after Moses called to them, urging them to come forward, did they recognize him. Moses set the stone tablets before the children of Israel and instructed them in the ways of Yahweh. The death of Moses. The children of Israel wandered in the desert for 40 years. During that time, the people who had been slaves in Egypt passed away. A new generation took their place. Young, proud men and women, strong in body and spirit, eager to fight for Yahweh to gain the land he had promised their forefathers. Moses was proud to see them, but he was sad as well, for he knew his life was almost at an end. So was his task. Yahweh had chosen Moses to lead the children of Israel to the promised land of Canaan. He was not destined to enter Canaan with them. When Moses knew that his time had come to die, he asked the children of Israel to gather around him. He blessed the 12 tribes, each in turn, and appointed Joshua to be their leader. Then he set out alone across the plains of Moab to the summit of Mount Nebo. There on a cliff overlooking the city of Jericho, Yahweh showed him the whole land of Canaan, north and south, from the Jordan River all the way to the Great Sea. "This is the land that I promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all their descendants," said Yahweh. "I have let you see it, but you will not enter it." Yahweh kissed Moses on the lips. His soul flew from his body, and he died. Yahweh buried Moses in the desert of Moab. The site of his grave is unknown. There never has been, nor will there ever be, another prophet like Moses, who performed wonders and miracles before Pharaoh in Egypt and in the desert, and looked upon the face of God.